Hello again. I think we had a technical problem. So sorry about it. So sorry about it. Let me just ask one or two more questions. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Uh, it's so sad. We have, I think, kind of a connection problem we had. Hello? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about it. I think the connection, we had a problem.
Yeah,
I
no
didn't even
problem.
understand. So I just,
That's okay.
Mr. Ozan, just couple,
I kept on a little bit. I
hello?
kept on a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Started telling about one of the miraculous moments, in my
I
teaching
see.
career. And then
Uh-huh.
I think I lost the connection as well, or maybe I thought so. So
That was, I
if you
really,
would like
you
to
know,
hear, I can go ahead and tell one of the things that
I,
was really, you know,
I liked,
can you
but
hear me?
I really didn't understand this one. So
Well,
it was
I
great.
cannot really hear. I cannot hear
Hear
you,
me.
Volkan. Yeah, you're back.
Sure.
Yeah, now I can hear you. You're back. You're definitely back.
Okay. Okay. So I just, have two or three questions, and then our live station is going to end. Let me
There was
ask you
one
them.
thing
Then
I
let's.
started off. Can I carry on with the one I started off?
Yeah,
When
sure. About the
when
learning process and the achievement of outcomes, you mean?
Okay, that's one thing you were asking. That's the bit I missed. Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, I asked about I ask about, does the learning process actually matter, or is it all about the achievement of outcomes? I ask.
Oh, it's both, I think, and
Uh-huh.
it's the life itself. Language learning is part of life, and
Mm-hmm.
people must understand that learning a language opens doors to
Mm-hmm.
many opportunities in the future.
Yeah.
And obviously, in the middle school or earlier than that, we
Uh-huh.
cannot really understand that. We can't really think of years ahead. Well, what's around us, what's with us, is what's real during
I
those
see.
years. But achievement comes with the moment that that you understand that the hippodrome is not very far
Yeah.
off. It's just someone
Yes,
else, and you need to understand the difference in another language. So
I
for the
see.
ones who just connected with us, I'm
Mm-hmm.
making a reference to one of my stories back in the past when I was learning a
Yeah.
language and I sent someone far away just because I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
it in English and I misunderstood it. So
I see.
when you were away, I was talking to people. I was doing the buffer. So what I
I
was
see.
telling was the moment that I felt like a real teacher. And I
Uh-huh.
was teaching at an international school, and there was an international
Yeah,
student, and we had no common language. So
I see.
I knew English and Turkish, and he didn't know any of them, and he didn't know
Mm-hmm.
any of the languages the other students at school. So that was an international
Mm-hmm.
school. People were from like places like Sweden or Czech Republic or
Mm-hmm.
Japan. So they didn't have a common language except for English. If you don't know English, you can't survive in this school. So think about a situation like that. So
Yeah.
this little kid in grade six comes to the school and sits in a
Yeah.
corner all day,
Yeah.
tries his best to understand and
Mm-hmm.
participate, but he can't do much because he doesn't know English. So
Yes.
I decided to make a move forward. What I did
Uh-huh.
was over the weekend, I went to a bookshop. I don't want to name his language either, because um,
Okay.
I know my students are also now watching this, so they will understand exactly who I'm talking about. So I don't want this.
Okay. No, no,
So
no, it's
he
okay.
was he was he was he was a speaker of a rare language. It's not like
Uh-huh.
German or English or French. A rare language that very few people speak,
I see.
especially in this part of the world. So what happens?
Uh-huh.
The only thing I could find was
Mm-hmm.
a tourist guide, basically a phrase book
Hmm.
a
Wow.
tourist would use when they go
Mm-hmm.
to this country. So
I see.
I memorized sentences of this book, like "Good morning, how are you? I think blah blah, well
Yeah.
done, blah blah. Can I do
Mm-hmm.
this, etc."
Yeah.
So when I went back to school on Monday, I saluted him in the morning in his language. So he was like, and then I said, "How are you?" in his language. And then he
Yes,
was
it's a really
smiling.
nice one.
And then he responded. Obviously, I wasn't learning his language. I just memorized a few words and
Uh-huh.
phrases. But then he
I see.
understood that he understood what I was trying to do. So he
I
understood
see.
that if I could do it at the weekend, he could learn a language in the long run.
Yeah.
So after
Yes.
that day, I saw him thrive more, and
Uh-huh.
and and in a year's time, he was speaking just like others. But at this,
Wow.
at the beginning, he was really very frustrated, and he didn't want to do
Yes.
much.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the moments that I found challenging for the students and myself, because I didn't know what to do for him at first,
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
also very rewarding at the end. So he
Yeah.
was part of the gang, and he was learning.
I see.
I was very
I
happy.
see. The great one. It's a great one. So thank you. Nice, nice story one. Nice one about it. Thank
Thank you.
you. And I would like to ask about this one. This really, I really wonder about it. What is your motto, Mr. Ozan?
My motto.
Yeah.
The motto
Have you got
is
or
negotiation, and my motto is negotiation and mediation. So when time flies, and we always find ourselves within conflicts of all kinds around
uh-huh.
us. So I always try to find a way to collaborate with people and find ways to come up with solutions, as opposed to focusing
Mm-hmm.
on the parts that we don't share. So I
Yes.
think life is a journey. Language learning is part of it, and we need to find ways to mediate and
Yeah.
to find ways that we can share together and
Mm-hmm.
get stronger together. And that's my motto.
I see. Thank you. It's a great
And
one.
my company's motto, funnily enough, is similar to that. It's part of the
So what's that?
solution. So myELT, your solution partner. I think
Yeah.
it's one of the genius things people followed in the past. Whoever
Yeah,
did it,
it's a
great
great
time.
one. myELT is your solution partner. It's a nice one. Nice one. Great. Thank you. And Mr. Ozan, my question is about this. What do you think about the future of language education?
You mean whether we will be learning languages in the future?
It's like how it's going to be the future of language education. I mean, like, what do you think about it?
There are many sides of this, but one specific side would be the extreme one says we will not be learning any languages in the future simply because we won't be needing because we will have software or maybe chips in our brains or ears, whatever,
Yeah.
that will enable us to, understand people without having to learn a new language. This is one of the,
So that's
Black Mirror
that. Is it
style,
something good for us?
scenarios.
Yeah. Is it something good
But
for us or bad?
this kind of shows us that language learning will come to an end. That scenario brings it, which I do not believe at all. So language learning is not just because of a need. It's also because of a need for communication plainly. It's also simply because we are social animals as humans. So
Yeah.
we want to know each other better. So we will always need to understand each other some way, and we will always be learning a language. We were learning a language from paper books in the past, and
Yes.
in a, olden days it was in the archaic times. It was probably on animal skins, and then the paper.
Yeah.
Now it's both on paper and tablets, the new age tablets, not the Egyptian tablets this time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of transforming. But we will definitely have a combination of print and digital solutions in the future. And
I
I
see.
trust that just like we have phones in our hands, in our pockets, and we wouldn't believe that everyone would have a phone that would
Yeah.
enable them to, broadcast live just like that.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I would say, oh,
Uh-huh.
that's just a dream. But now it's part of our life. In the future, we will probably have other solutions that will help us learn languages, but we will still be learning languages through different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we might not have the exact forms of books at the moment, the ones that we have at the moment. Maybe we will be downloading them from a cloud server and come up with our own solutions. So
I see.
these things are doable and actually uh, possible and very probable in the next decade, I would say. And
I see.
instead of offering people the same
Mm-hmm.
book title, we will be
Yes.
able to offering them different bits of information or material on
Uh-huh.
a cloud server, and they would be able to get the bits they would need, and this bit from this bit from that, and then come up with their own sort of book.
I
And
see.
this is one very close near future scenario, I would say,
Scenario, I see. It's a
10
great.
years, 10 years time.
I see. So thank you very much. It's a nice scenario from you. Great one. Okay. And my last question, Mr. Ozan. What
Please.
role, what role do you think government should play in education?
I think
It's tough one.
governments, not necessarily Turkish governments, but all governments have a huge responsibility in
Yeah, it's
learning, and learning is something that should be shared with the public and the community, but obviously must be also supported by the government. So equal rights and equal opportunities must be given to available for the learners, and
uh-huh.
for example, for the pandemic times that we're going through, it's important
Yes.
that every child has some sort of a tablet or a computer, so they can be part of the online education that's taking place in many parts of the world. So if you're not coming from a well-off family, and if you cannot afford a computer, it means you
Yes.
cannot receive the education that you need. So at this point, I think governments are already taking the responsibility and taking the initiative and supporting families like that. And I think they always should. And in
I
the
see.
normal times, non-pandemic times, I think governments must always be must always have a say in the education, but then they should also be consulting with the professionals in the field, with
I
academics,
see.
with teachers, with parents and students,
I see.
and
Thank you.
public.
I see. And publisher, of course. Of course. Of course. You should be always with us. And you always support us. Thanks for that.
Just it's not because we are essential only. It's also because we try our best to come up with the right material. In order to come up
Yeah.
with the right materials, we must be part of the system, the ecosystem of education, so we understand and
Exactly.
better and come up with better solutions.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ozan.
Yeah,
And we are coming end of our teacher talk session. And but before I finish the session, what would you like to say to all of our listeners or followers, and also who are going to listen or watch to us later, as your last words before we finish it, Mr. Ozan?
I think we should all. That's to me as well. It's just telling someone some advice. Uh, I'm telling myself as well. So I think as learners, we are all learners through our lives, and we should keep
Uh-huh.
on learning something new. And that's usually a new language for many people. And I think learning a new language keeps you healthy, mentally healthy, socially healthy, and
Yes,
also linguistically healthy. So
I see.
there's loads of free apps available that would help you learn a new language.
Mm-hmm.
Learn a new language could be my next, motto.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ozan. Thank you very much. That's all about my questions. And I would like to really thank you to accept my invitation and join our live session program and share your ideas, giving your suggestions, and telling what you are doing right now. And these are really important things for us, for me, and for our listeners. And that's why we're here. And really, I'm really happy that you are here and with us, and you know, you were with us tonight. And thank you very much one more time. And also, I would like to say thank you to all the listeners and who come and join and listen and share and support us like every week. And that was all for me and for us. And I would like to do other activities or other sessions with another time. If we can do it, I will be really happy about that. And yes, any
And
more words,
it was
Ozan?
an absolute pleasure to be here as your
Mhm.
30th guest and
Yeah, that
sharing the
was it. Yeah.
prime activity. I mean, the prime time activity instead of seeing a show on Netflix, seeing us being part of a conversation here.
Yeah,
Big thank you to everyone out there, as well as you. Thanks for inviting
thank
me
you.
to this
Oh, that's
special
my pleasure.
episode, and I hope to be in touch in the future, obviously.
Yeah, of course, we will do something other things together again. And good evening, everybody,
Meaning,
and good evening to you all, where you listen to us from the other countries, and good afternoon, good morning, and wherever you are. And that's all for tonight from our live session, Teacher Talks. And one more time, I would like to say, I mean, sorry about the internet connection problems. You know, really, these things can happen, and you cannot do anything about it because it's not in your hands. Sometimes happen. That's all for tonight, and see you next week with another educator, and I hope we will be there together. Good night, everybody. Good night, Mr. Ozan, and peace, everybody.
cheers to
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Yeah, bye.